Hey YouTube, welcome back. My name is Sheara and thank you so much for joining me on another video. I got to apologize, I don't have my camera with me, so my phone's gonna do the job for us. But you know what, we're not blaming circumstances, but we're seizing the day, right? So today I'm here in Dubai and I'm at the Address Boulevard Hotel. I'm going to be speaking to Princess Hend Al Qassemi shortly. She's a very inspirational woman. She's actually launched her book, The Black Book of Arabia. If you haven't got your hands on it, make sure you grab a copy of that as well. But I'm very excited, very humbled, because she is a very busy lady and she still made time for me. So let's see how we go. Stay tuned. I'll get the best sunlight. I'm here with the beautiful Princess Hend Al Qassemi. So she's been absolutely lovely and said okay to have a quick chat with me, and I want you guys to get to know her the way I've sort of known her. I've been following her on Instagram and she's been a true inspiration to me, and she is a proper advocate for women and I truly look up to her as well. So I want you to get a chance to see who she is. So let's have a quick chat with her and find out more about her. Thank you so much, Princess, for taking the time to speak with me. You recently published a book. It's not recent, but you did publish The Black Book of Arabia. So what exactly inspired you to do that?
Well, I was writing in a magazine called Velvet Magazine. It's in English, Italian, Spanish, and Russian, and Arabic. And in the magazine, we would always put true stories. And it was a struggle for me to find true stories, as it's a challenge to meet them, or a challenge to find them, or simply to research and I wouldn't say source these people out, because the stories that I would be looking for were inspirational stories. People that have been through a hard period in their life and what they chose to do with their lives. Either a lady that has 6 children and her family went bankrupt and they were forced to live with next to nothing, and they were living on social security, and somehow she created a perfume empire.
Yeah.
And she did so well. She actually paid her 40 million debt off her husband's 40 million debt.
Yeah.
So that in itself is amazing. Another story of a girl that goes blind on her wedding day.
Yeah, I've actually read a snippet of that.
Yes.
I cannot wait to get my hands on the book.
Yes.
But yeah, okay.
Another story is of a girl that her best friend basically steals her wedding, literally.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin the stories,
yeah,
for you, but every story inside the book is a story of struggle. And people thought that I was a bit of a feminist in the book, but
yeah,
in some stories, men were the victims, and
right.
in others, women were the victims. We even talk about human trafficking.
Yeah.
Right here at home, and about this. It just things like these that happen, and how people choose to turn them around. That in itself is a journey, and success is not a destination. Success is a journey. It's a road. And every day you need to take one step forward. Every day, one step forward. I mean, right before you had come, I was looking at some of the products that we will be selling in my new project, in my new restaurant. So we're looking at the plates and the cutlery and what we would have. So every day I take one step forward. And I think for every woman out there, and even every man, I'm thrilled that you celebrate our imperfections.
Yeah.
Because that in itself is humanity.
Absolutely.
We're all different. We're all trying to make. We're all trying. I would like to say we're all trying to be happy. We're all trying to reach our happy destination. I wouldn't say success, because success is usually tied up with a figure, with a number.
Yeah.
And I don't think success is materialistic. I think happiness is here. we make it in ourselves. We create it for ourselves.
Yeah.
No one can make us happy. We can choose to be happy with what we have. I mean, maybe I'm super happy about my tartine, my eggs and avocado.
That looks very yummy.
It is. I mean, this might be the beginning of a beautiful day for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, meeting wonderful people that I was able to touch. And I don't usually speak about all my accomplishments and my achievements and boo ha ha and fanfare and claps and applause and stuff. I have my ups and I have my downs, and I celebrate both. We should embrace our cuts and our burns because these scars are what made us stronger today.
Yeah.
They've taught us so much, and they've made us who we are today.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is why I really respect you as well as a person, because for me as well, what I believe is every single person in our world just wants to be happy.
Yeah.
There's no point cutting someone down to go up in your career or, So if you can truly be happy, I think you've succeeded in life.
If you could focus on yourself.
Absolutely.
I once read a lovely quote. This was about flowers simply rise to the sun. They don't care about the flowers and the weeds around them. They're focused on reaching for the stars, reaching for the sun, reaching for the sunlight, for the love, for the warmth. I think we should do the same.
Yeah.
And there was this other cute quote I think I got from Instagram. It's like true queens fix the tiaras and crowns of their fellow other princesses or queens.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I think if everyone learns to focus on themselves and bettering themselves, you're on the road. You're on the right road.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's very, very inspiring. And to be honest, I love the way you speak as well. It's
Thank
so
you.
warm. It's so warm, Princess. So like I said, the internet is filled with so many people pretending to be perfect, which isn't reality. And I'm quite passionate about showing our younger generation that even the people who've made it, such as yourself, being a princess of a beautiful country, we still have our struggles. So would you like to share what your biggest fear is?
I think the biggest fear is when you stop believing.
Yeah.
But I think I was very lucky because I was raised with a conservative yet liberal family.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to be more educated, more cultured, more traveled. But I had firm roots. My roots hit the bedrock of my religion and my culture. And I was very happy being who I was. I was always happy saying, "Oh, I'm Hind, and my name means means most noble, most precious, and also means India."
Yeah.
I have no fear. I think fear. I don't really think fear exists.
Yeah. Okay.
I think fear is what you're afraid of losing.
I think so too.
And I'm afraid if I invest too much, I might lose too much. Or I'm afraid if I give someone too much love, they might not reciprocate. They might not give me back the same amount of love, and that would shatter me. That would shatter my dreams.
Yeah.
But it was something at a time in my life was something I had wanted to give, and that in itself is a gift that you enjoy giving. Sometimes there's more happiness in giving than taking.
So
I know
true.
it seems so romantic, but,
No, but it's so true, right?
But
it's
at
so
a certain
true.
period of your life, it was what you had wanted.
Yeah.
So I'm never sorry about giving something or giving attention to someone, because at a certain point in my life, it made me feel better. It made me more whole. It made me more me. It made me feel happier with who I was. So
that's very beautiful. Actually, what you said, fear is about losing.
yes.
Yeah. To be honest, my biggest fear as well, I'm happy to openly share it, is losing people.
Yes.
Like, I feel like, what if I love this person so much, or if I invest time in this person so much, what if I lose them in a couple of years? But what you just said really, really made me feel, you know what? At one point of time, it made me whole.
Yes.
That's truly beautiful,
And the
Princess.
same thing with social media.
Yeah.
Sometimes we only choose to shoot and present and take pictures of our perfect moments.
Yeah.
But not all our moments are perfect.
It's so true.
We have our knee burns, we have our scabs, we have our scars, we have our
Yeah.
tears. But at the same time, we can take a picture of us smiling. We
Yeah.
can take a picture of us crying. We can take a picture of us in any state or any moment, and be sure that who you choose to attract will be the one that you want to attract. But the one that only want to see you in all your glory and all your
Yeah.
pride, these people won't be the ones that you would want. I mean, you'd want the ones that were with you on your rainy day and also on your happy day.
Yeah.
And people would respect you either way because you're human. Sometimes people connect with people who are real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why you find some crazy famous people doing some crazy things, or some insane. They have their insane moments, like shaving their head, or piercings, or tattoos, or yelling at the paparazzi, which is sometimes a bit too much.
Yeah.
But everyone has their moments. They have their anger moments, they have their broken moments, and they also have their happy moments. So I'm a person that I would proudly say, if I was wearing a T-shirt right now, I'd say I choose to be happy.
Yeah.
So I am happy.
It's beautiful and very, very inspiring, Princess. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration or your hero?
Well, my grandmother.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. And what was her name?
her name was Moza.
Sorry?
Moza.
Oh, wow, that's a beautiful name. And
Moza
why?
means golden pearl.
Oh, wow. That's stunning.
Yeah.
And were you very close to her?
Oh yeah. I was raised by her. I lived with her since I was 10, and sadly she passed away some 2 years ago.
My deepest sympathies, but she's in God's hands now. You know, I'm sure she lived a happy life. She raised a grandchild like you. Surely she did
She was
well.
amazing.
Right.
I'm going to be writing her story next.
Oh, I can't wait to read
She
it.
was amazing.
Okay.
She was married off quite young,
Okay.
and she was a widow at the age of 19 with 2 daughters. And she really encouraged her daughters to finish their studies, because being a widow, and she refused to marry. Everyone had wanted to marry her. Even
Yeah.
my father's father had wanted to marry her, and she was so popular for her beauty and for her mind and for her kindness. She was so generous and so giving,
Yeah.
and everyone loved her because she was so lovely. I mean, everyone. She was so loved,
Yeah.
and she has some amazing charity works. And she taught me the true meaning of sustainability. She's like, if you're going to do a charity, make sure it's a sustainable charity. So she would buy these plots of land in India and Russia and in China and in Africa, and she would make these orphanages, and the outer walls would be shops. So the shops would fund the orphanages. So
Wow.
even if she were to part after her lifetime, the orphanage would continue running, and in the orphanage would be a school and an orphanage and a business at the same time. And I loved the way that she thought. Although she was illiterate, and she taught herself to read at the age of 50. I remember growing up with a teacher coming over and teaching her how to read and how to write, and it was amazing. It's at the age of 50 to teach yourself a new language, or to teach yourself how to read and write, and you have no experience. It's not an easy thing,
Yeah. Wow.
and it humbles you.
Of course.
So, which is why me at an older age, I always take up. I mean, this year I'm taking up. I mean, मुझे समझता हिंदुस्तानी में, लेकिन this year I'm planning on studying Hindi and Russian and Chinese,
That's amazing.
because I think these languages would open the doors of luck and opportunity for you. So
Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's really inspiring. And, you know, often I find myself saying, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have time. But I just think, personally, those are just excuses. I
Time
have to come
management.
to reality that that's just excuses. A lady as yourself being so busy, making the time just shows that, bless you,
excuse me.
if there is a will,
if there's a will, there's a way.
always a way, you know.
And I have this hunger for learning, this hunger for exploring. I mean, I have so much curiosity to explore new places, new lands, and I love meeting new people. I love conversing with people from different cultures.
Yeah,
You learn so much,
absolutely.
and it's like a breath of fresh air.
So beautiful to hear you say that. Well, if that's the case, Princess, I really need to cordially and warmly welcome you to visit Sri Lanka.
I will.
We would be very, very honored to have
It's on
you.
my to-go list.
Oh, beautiful. So I'm sure I'll see you there soon then. Yeah,
I'll see you soon.
beautiful. You speak as, or rather, in previously you said once people read the book, they thought of you as a feminist. But what would you say that you are most proud of being a woman?
I'm a humanist more. I mean, because I feel like feminists push for the women's rights, but what about human rights? A woman is a mother of a boy and a girl,
Yeah,
and I
and
would
you have a
want.
beautiful son as well.
Thank you. And I would love. I would. I just think that people should be more humane with each other.
Yeah,
I mean, sprinkle love and kindness everywhere. It never hurts.
absolutely. It's so amazing the vibe I get off you. You know, I've met other people as well who don't even smile. You know, they think they're Insta
That's a constant
famous,
thing.
but they don't even smile when you see the another person on the street. But when I just came and stood amongst your meeting, you smiled at me and you said, "Can you please give me 1 minute?" And you're a princess. Do you know what I mean? That shows how humble and how genuine you are, and that's really for me very inspiring. And I think people should look up to women like you to show that you can be kind, and kindness is beautiful, and it really opens up opportunities. And how welcoming you've been to me as well. I just dropped you I'm going to share the story with everyone, right? So basically all I did was I dropped her a message on Instagram, and now she's holding the camera for me. This is how beautiful she is, right? So I dropped her a message on Instagram and said, I want to meet you, because we've chatted a bit back and forth on Insta, because I really followed her life, and I found her to be very inspiring. I look up to women who are genuine, who share the good and the bad, and she is one of them. And she said, yep, let's catch up. So for me, it's been a true pleasure, Princess. Thank you so, so much. I can't believe you're actually holding the phone for me to do this. That's amazing. That really speaks tons for you. I've actually got another question. I'll grab the phone from you. If there is one thing that you can change in the world, Princess, what would it be?
Judgment.
Good answer, but why?
I think people judge one another too harshly. I mean, it's. I wouldn't. I mean, sometimes you have to be protective of yourself because the world is a harsh place. But I think if you tread softly, you wouldn't even hurt the blades of grass.
Yeah, wow. It's a very, very good answer. I had never thought of that one. That if something I would change, that would be actually a really good one. Because if
We're
you
not
really,
allowed to judge one another.
yeah,
I mean, we all sin differently.
absolutely,
I mean, maybe I'm nicer to my fellow women. Maybe
yeah,
I'm nicer to people from my same country. But why aren't you nicer to people who are foreign to you? Or at least be polite. At least be a little kinder. I mean, there's something called being polite but firm, and there's something called being kinder. And I hope I don't sound like a hippie, but I just think that kindness never hurt anyone. And I don't really like hurting people. I think we all carry enough broken bones,
yeah,
enough open wounds, enough bleeding wounds. I think we have enough. We all have enough pain.
yeah,
But wouldn't it be nicer if people were just nicer to one another
absolutely,
and more encouraging? I mean, when I meet someone and they're so highly achieved and they still want to do more, I'm like, good on you. fabulous. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I would encourage them, because I think people need to encourage one another, to be more supportive of one another. So it's a beautiful thing that people fail to appreciate, I feel, nowadays. Everyone's easy to judge. Everyone feels like it's too easy to simply pass judgment.
Yeah.
To simply give off a negative vibe or put someone off. Why? Honestly, why would you shatter someone's dreams? You have no idea how. I mean, maybe this dream is the only thing they have to go on with. It means so much to them. You know what I mean? It's maybe this is all what they have. So I don't know. It's just that being kind to one another is something that I think is underappreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't, and sometimes when you go to a country and they have different mannerisms than you, sometimes their kindness lets you forget everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to this lovely place called Thailand.
Yeah.
And everyone was kapunka and sawatika, and it was lovely. And I also went to another country called Azerbaijan, and in Baku, the capital, everyone was so polite and everyone is so gentle, and everyone was making space or being so generous with the food or with the flowers or with directions, and everyone was like, "Would you like me to show you where to go?" And it was so nice. And I went to this other place in America called Vail, Colorado.
Yeah.
And people were walking down the road and saying, "Hello, how are you?" And I was like, "Hello, do I know you?"
Yeah.
They were so friendly. They were incredible. It was, I mean, it's one of my most favorite places in the world.
Okay.
I mean, I think all of America were super nice. I mean, even when I was in New York, everyone was super nice to me.
Okay.
Amazing. I was
And
like,
they have no idea who you are.
they don't know. They don't care. They're like, "Oh, hello. Oh, I like your bag." And, "Oh, I think you're really pretty." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." And this mother would show up with her kid, and she's like, "Oh, my kid thinks they like your hair, or they like what you're wearing. Can we take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Okay." And
Yeah. Wow.
so friendly people.
And you are definitely a testament to it, Princess, to be honest, because this has been an absolute pleasure for me. I need to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making time for me. I understand your busy schedule, but
No,
you
it was a pleasure to have you.
still made time for me. And I hope, and I know, and I believe that this video will help inspire some of the young people that I'm trying to speak with through my channel. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will see you soon. Say bye.
Bye.
So that's it. I am gonna head back. I'm at the beautiful Address Boulevard here in Dubai. The princess had made time to chat with us all. Yep, and she's holding the phone for me again. She's honestly one of the sweetest people I've met, and I'm not being biased at all. She's getting my right angles as well. She's an absolute darling. She's telling me to get the sun in, which is amazing, and I'm very, very honored. And please keep watching. You'll see more real talk with real people on this channel. So see ya.